The Zone, a place of mystery, tragedy, and untapped potential. Among the countless factions that roam this desolate territory, from hardened mercenaries to idealistic freedom fighters, there is one group unlike any other. They are known simply as the Ecologists, government-funded researchers operating within the Zone, tasked with understanding its strange phenomena for the betterment of all mankind. But life here is rarely kind, and the Ecologists are far from invincible. Take, for instance, a grim tale of local folklore whispered among stalkers. One of them recalls, "I used to see him now and then in the research camp when I came with loot to sell. He looked a normal buddy, big and robust. You'd never think him one of the eggheads. He gave me a good price on artifacts, was always happy to chat about this and that, and what a stupid end. He was fussing with his gear right near the whirligig when these rascals started to shoot. He got thrown into the anomaly, then twisted. When we finished the combat, there was nothing left but shreds of his overalls at the whirligig." This is the harsh reality. The Zone spares no one, not even men of science. The Ecologists operate under the orders of the Ukrainian government. Their mission is to study the Zone and harness its bizarre energies, artifacts, and mutations. They hope to convert these dark wonders into breakthroughs that benefit all humankind. Their headquarters lie within a sturdy bunker at Lake Yantar, filled to the brim with advanced scientific apparatuses and a reliable stock of weapons and ammunition. At the heart of their operation is Professor Sakharov, a veteran researcher who participated in the first expeditions into the Zone back in 2007. Initially, the Ukrainian military provided protection, but after the cataclysmic emissions from the so-called Miracle Machine in Lab X-16 devastated their garrison, the Ecologists were forced to rely on others, loners, mercenaries, or even duty, to carry out dangerous fieldwork. After all, most scientists are not trained fighters. They excel in research, but not combat. Their areas of focus are as visionary as they are dangerous: new energy sources, anti-gravity applications, genome modification, teleportation technologies, and deeper understanding of artifacts and mutant biology. They once centered their research on Lab X-16, home of a powerful psi-emitter. To safely explore such lethal domains, they developed the Psi-Helmet, which is an ingenious device to protect wearers from low-intensity psionic fields. In the wake of the Brain Scorcher's deactivation, the Ecologists expanded deeper into the Zone. They established a new mobile laboratory at Yanov under the leadership of Professor Hermann, pushing the boundaries of knowledge even further. Of all of the Zone's factions, the Ecologists remain the most neutral. They generally oppose only the Monolith faction, and in Shadow of Chernobyl, they count Wolfhound's mercenaries or the Freedom factions as enemies. Otherwise, they prefer cooperation over conflict, believing science can benefit from open exchange when possible. Some of the notable members among their ranks are Professor Sakharov, the head veteran researcher at Yanov, a talented researcher that braves the wild territory, Professor Vasilyev and Assistant Semenov, who are dedicated scientists contributing to daily operations, Professor Hermann, the leader of the Yanov Mobile Lab in Pripyat, Professor Ozersky, another core scientist involved in the Yanov team, and Novikov, who is only in Pripyat, which is a technical specialist working at the Yanov lab. There is also the Iskra Scientific Research and Investigation Team, which is a smaller contingent working under the Ecologist umbrella. The Zone and its survival often hinges on what you wear and what you carry. The Ecologist standard gear includes the SSP-99 Ecologist suits. While superb against environmental hazards like radiation and anomalies, they offer minimal ballistic protection. As a result, Ecologists are notoriously poor in direct combat. Their limited firearm training and weaker weaponry means they pose little threat to the most hostile forces. More often than not, unfortunate Ecologists end up dead in the field, their bodies found amid roaming packs of wild dogs or in the aftermath of mutant ambushes. Because of their lack of combat prowess, the Ecologists pay handsomely for mutant body parts and artifacts delivered to their bunkers by independent stalkers. They often hire mercenaries or dutiers to serve as escorts and protectors. For instance, in Clear Sky, Scar is hired to help them, and and in return, they offer access to their suits and weapons, deals that can be quite lucrative for well-equipped adventurers. One such ally is Lefty, a loner who works as a guard in Yantar. Their funding is mostly Ukrainian and Russian, but there's evidence of wider international interest. In the Wild Territory, Ecologists carried British IL-86 rifles and the German Walker P9M pistols. Beyond the basic SSP-99 suits, they have modified SSP-99M variants offering greater bullet resistance while retaining excellent anomaly protection. They also provide the renowned SIVA suit, manufactured by a Kiev research bureau to well-trusted stalkers. In Shadow of Chernobyl, players can even supply Professor Krugov with better weapons, provided the dropped weapon surpasses his current armament. The Ecologists have featured prominently throughout the Stalker series, being Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat, and most recently Stalker 2, each entry painting a fuller picture of their struggles, discoveries, and evolving role. In Shadow of Chernobyl, the Ecologists operate in a mobile lab in Yantar, close to the dreaded Lab X-16. The player encounters Professor Krugov in the Wild Territory, pinned down by mercenaries led by Wolfhound, who seeks his research data. Whether Krugov survives or not, the Marked One eventually meets Professor Sakharov at the Yantar lab. Sakharov provides a Psi-Helmet to safely approach Lab X-16 and neutralize its Yanov emitter. After retrieving crucial documents, the Ecologists step back from the main storyline, but the player's relationship with them can shift. Eventually, a duty detachment may guard the lab against zombified stalkers prowling the area. In Clear Sky, the Ecologists appear briefly at the start. Led through the Great Swamps by S.T.A.L.K.E.R, they are tragically wiped out by an emission. Sakharov and the Yantar mobile lab do return, however, this time guarded by loners under Lefty's leadership. During the main story, Sakharov enlists Scar's help to fix the Lab X-16's cooling system, aiming to reduce psi emissions and learn more about S.T.A.L.K.E.'s activities. Once again, after these tasks are completed, the Ecologists do fade back into the background, their research continuing quietly out of the player's direct influence. By the time of Call of Pripyat, the Ecologists have established a new mobile lab near Yanov Station. Led now by Professors Hermann and Ozerski, they have a team including Novikov and Gary, supported by a mercenary outfit led by Black. Unknown to the scientists, however, these mercenaries are not the loyal protectors they seem. Secretly working under a leader named Jackal, they aim to monitor and even sabotage the Ecologists' progress. The Ecologists do not drive the main narrative in Call of Pripyat, but they do offer a series of side missions. Your interactions with them can influence their ultimate fate. If you assist them in numerous tasks, their research bears fruit, leading to groundbreaking medicines and technologies. Consequently, the Ukrainian Ministry of Education allocates more funding, ensuring that their continued presence is had within the zone. Alternatively, neglecting them and failing to contribute to their work results in lackluster outcomes. Without sufficient progress, Hermann's expedition is recalled, and the Ecologists leave the zone in disappointment. The Ecologists stand as a beacon of knowledge, seeking amid a world steeped in violence and decay. While mercenaries hunt bounties and factions wage endless turf wars, the Eggheads push forward, risking life and limb to understand the zone's secrets. From their tense encounters in Yantar's dim bunker to their careful negotiations with stalkers and mercenaries at Yanov Station, they persist, guided by the hope that one day, the zone's mysteries may yield a better future for everyone. Yet the zone is cruel. For every ambitious discovery, there is tragedy, like the poor scientist twisted in the whirligig anomaly. Still, the Ecologists endure, meticulous and resolute, determined to turn horror into human advancement. Only time will tell if their courage and curiosity are enough to outlast the zone's relentless dangers. Hey everyone, thanks again for your continued support. I plan on continuing to upload at least 2 or 3 times a week. If you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, and dropping a comment below to help this video get into the algorithm. And as always, if you have any suggestions or feedback, please don't hesitate to let me know. I want to make content that I enjoy, but obviously at the same time I want to make content that the people watching enjoy. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you in the zone.